They were the kings and queens of the 90s, but for some, the 90210 curse was all too real. From tragic goodbyes to shocking financial ruins, wait until you see the star at number 1 who is almost unrecognizable today. Welcome back. Today, we're heading to West Beverly High to check in on the icons who defined a generation of beauty and drama. We're counting down 40 stars to see who aged like fine wine and who Hollywood left behind. 1. Jason Priestley. As the moral center Brandon Walsh, he was the ultimate 1990 heartthrob. Today, he's a prolific director and racing enthusiast who has aged incredibly gracefully while staying behind the camera. 2. Shannon Doherty. The bad girl, Brenda Walsh, was the show's most polarizing star at her peak in 1992. Sadly, Shannon fought a brave, public battle with cancer before her tragic passing, leaving a legacy of immense strength. 3. Luke Perry. As the brooding Dylan McKay, he was the James Dean of the 1990s. Perry enjoyed a massive Riverdale comeback before a sudden, shocking stroke took from us far too soon. 4. Jenny Garth. Known as the complicated Kelly Taylor, Jenny was the quintessential blonde beauty of 1993. She remains a staple on the small screen today, maintaining her timeless looks while hosting a hit 90210 podcast. 5. Ian Ziering. The energetic Steve Sanders was the life of the party throughout the early 90s. Today, he's an action star in the Sharknado franchise and seemingly discovered the fountain of youth. 6. Gabrielle Carteris. Playing the studious Andrea Zuckerman, she was secretly the oldest teen on set in 1991. Now, she's a powerful Hollywood executive and former SAG-AFTRA president with a sophisticated, mature look. 7. Brian Austin Green. David Silver started as the dorky underdog in 1990 before becoming a legitimate teen idol. He's had a high-profile personal life and a successful TV career, looking like a rugged silver fox today. 8. Tori Spelling. As Donna Martin, she was the show's fashion icon and the producer's daughter. Her transformation has been heavily scrutinized by tabloids, following a string of reality shows and public financial struggles. 9. Tiffany Thiessen. She joined as the wicked Valerie Malone in 1994 and instantly heating up the screen. Tiffany has aged flawlessly, transitioning into a successful lifestyle brand and cooking show host. 10. Kathleen Robertson. As Claire Arnold, she brought a 1994 grunge glam vibe to the show. She has since moved into screenwriting and producing, maintaining her striking looks behind the scenes. 11. James Eckhouse. Jim Walsh was the stern but loving father figure starting in 1990. Today, he's a veteran character actor who has embraced the distinguished grandfather look in major TV dramas. 12. Carol Potter. Carol was the heart of the family throughout the early 90s. She eventually transitioned away from acting to become a licensed marriage and family therapist, looking serene and natural today. 13. Joe E. Tata. As Nat Busicic, he was the owner of the Peach Pit and a fan favorite for a decade. Sadly, Joe passed away in 2022 after a battle with Alzheimer's, leaving fans mourning the soul of the show. 14. Douglas Emerson. He played the tragic Scott Scanlon, whose accidental death shocked fans in 1991. Douglas retired from acting shortly after and joined the U.S. Air Force, living a quiet life far from Hollywood. 15. Jamie Walters. As the musician Ray Prout, he was the man everyone loved to hate in 1994. He left acting to become a real-life firefighter, looking rugged and unrecognizable from his pop star days. 16. Lindsay Price. Janet brought stability to Steve Sanders' life toward the end of the show's run. She remains a stunning TV staple, appearing in numerous sitcoms and barely looking a day older than she did in 1998. 17. Daniel Cosgrove. Matt was the lawyer who tried to win Kelly's heart in 1998. He's continued to star in daytime soaps, maintaining his leading man jawline and Hollywood glow. 18. Vanessa Marcel. She played the manipulative Gina Kincaid in the late 90s after a huge run on General Hospital. Today, she's a social media favorite who still boasts that same Hollywood royalty radiance. 19. Vincent Young. As the troubled Noah Hunter, he was the show's attempt at a new Dylan in 1997. He now lives a more private life, occasionally appearing at fan conventions with a much more rugged appearance. 20. Hilary Swank. Before she was an Oscar winner, she played single mom Carly Reynolds in 1997. She went from being fired from the show to becoming Hollywood royalty, aging with incredible grace and power. 21. Dean Cain. Long before he was Superman, he played Rick, Brenda's Parisian romance in 1992. He remains a very active political commentator and actor, though his transformation has sparked plenty of debate. 22. Christine Elise. She played the pyromaniac Emily Valentine, who set Dylan's heart on fire in 1991. She is now a successful writer and photographer, rocking a cool alternative style that fits her rebel roots. 23. Dina Meyer. As the seductive Professor Lucinda Nicholson, she was the ultimate 1993 older woman. She transitioned into a sci-fi icon in Starship Troopers and remains one of the most stunning women in the industry. 24. Emma Caulfield. Before Buffy, she was Susan Cates, Brandon's journalist girlfriend in 1995. She's been open about her health struggles recently, but continues to look radiant and work in major Marvel projects. 25. Rebecca Gayheart. Known as Antonia Marchetta, her character's 1995 death is one of the show's saddest moments. Despite personal tragedies, the Noxma girl has maintained her iconic, curly-haired beauty decades later. 26. Casper Van Dien. He played the villainous Griffin Stone in 1994 before becoming a global action star. He still looks like he could lead an army today, sporting a mature leading man look. 27. Greg Vaughn. As the lifeguard Cliff Yeager, he was 1996's ultimate eye candy. He moved on to become a soap opera legend, and many fans argue he actually looks better now than he did then. 28. Carrie Wooer. She played the manipulative Ariel Hunter in 1997 with a fierce rock and roll edge. She has since stepped back from the limelight, but she remains a cult favorite with a very different suburban look. 29. Mark Damon Espinoza. As Jesse Vasquez, he was Andrea's husband and the show's first major representation of a stable interracial marriage. He continues to work steadily in TV, appearing as a distinguished guest star in various procedurals. 30. Paul Johansson. He played the arrogant John Sayers in 1993, a character everyone loved to hate. He later became the legendary Dan Scott on One Tree Hill, looking every bit the classic Hollywood veteran. 31. Josie Davis. She played Camille Desmond in the final season, David Silver's last hurdle before Donna. She has maintained a busy acting career and still possesses that same girl-next-door charm. 32. Jed Allen. He was the powerful Rush Sanders, Steve's father, throughout the series' run. Jed passed away in 2019, but fans remember him as the ultimate 90s silver fox. 33. Catherine Cannon. As Felice Martin, she was the villainous mother everyone feared in 1992. Today, she has retired from the screen, living a quiet life while looking remarkably like her on-screen daughter, Tori. 34. James C. Victor. He played Peter, the guy who almost came between David and Donna in the final years. He's moved into theater and more private ventures, sporting a much more rugged, bearded look today. 35. Anne Gillespie. Playing Jackie Taylor, Kelly's mother, she portrayed one of the show's most realistic arcs of addiction. In a shocking comeback, she eventually became a real-life Episcopal priest. 36. Matthew Perry. Long before Friends, he guest-starred as the troubled Roger Azarian in 1991. His tragic passing in 2023 left the world in shock, reminding us all of the fragility of fame. 37. Vivica A. Fox. She had a guest role as Charisse Ash in 1991 before becoming a global superstar. She is the definition of aging incredibly gracefully, still dominating Hollywood with her timeless beauty. 28. David Arquette. Before Scream, he played the rocker Diesel in 1992. He's had a wild career in acting and wrestling, and his now look is a far cry from his grunge-era beginnings. 30. Seth Green. He played the nerdy Wayne in 1993 before becoming a comedy legend. He's barely changed at all, retaining his youthful energy and iconic red hair decades later. 39. Jessica Alba. She had a small role as pregnant teen Leanne in 1998. She went from a guest star to a billion-dollar business mogul, looking even more radiant today than she did at 17. It's clear that while the 90210 curse may have touched some, the legacy of this cast is immortal. Of these 40 icons, who do you think aged most gracefully, and who had the most shocking transformation? Let me know your top 3 in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more 90s nostalgia.